Good afternoon, Capra here with your daily recap for this shortened session here ahead of the July 4th holiday. The S&P here closed pretty quiet overall. It was strong early. Banks were leading the charge. Tech was weak. A lot of what we talked about in the Morning Call Express here. But we did end up finishing the day down versus the open, but still within this sideways range. We were able to pop back up above the 8 and 21 day, although we closed right down on it, just below it. So, still a mixed session here overall. Taking a look at the Qs, you can see they were much weaker, actually pushing to a lower low relative to what we had here on Thursday. So more weakness here as tech continues to unwind a bit. And question now is, of course, will this pressure in tech continue and spill over into other areas? Because again, financials were strong. We talked about this in the morning call as well. You can see that they continued pushing higher here today and closed well, so we'll keep an eye on these as we come back from the holiday break on Wednesday. We'll see if they can continue that strength. We had names like JP Morgan continuing to surge higher, as well as Citigroup making new highs there. So these names were really good, which helped keep the S&P up relatively speaking. But then we, as I said, had weakness in tech. Apple was weak, although still within the range. Facebook was weak. Netflix also down, breaking under these recent lows. So again, we'll see what happens. As far as other areas, oil, USO pushing higher here once again. Another session here with strength in oil, which spilled over into XLE, showing strength. So we'll see if energy can continue to push higher, or is it now that it's into resistance here and this 50-day moving average, is it going to hit resistance and roll over? We'll have to, again, keep an eye on how things are setting up here going forward, because flipping back to oil, you can see it too is into some resistance off to the left here and that 50-day just overhead. As far as some other sectors, gold got hit hard here today, gapping down after looking like it was going to try and hold this prior low here. Little double bottom action, failed, came right down to the low from May, and held it overall, but still closed down on these lows, looking like it's going to continue falling here over the next couple of days. So definitely one to keep an eye on here as we move forward. But overall, again, it was a pretty quiet session. If we drill into the intraday action, you can see that while it was quiet, we did have some pretty good movement overall, fluid action to the downside in the Qs. The S&P, again, a little more indecisive because it was holding up well for the first half of the day and then fell into the gap fill the latter half of the day. And then you've got the Russell, which actually continues to hold up here really well. So as mentioned in the morning call express this morning, we've got a little bit of everything going on here between these markets. So we'll have to see if there's a resolution one way or the other, but they're all moving in different directions, adding to the confusion, pulling on the rope, if you will, in all different directions. So, at this point, enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the 4th. Markets close tomorrow. Rest up. Enjoy time with friends and family. Hopefully the weather wherever you are is enjoyable. You can get outside and enjoy some of the sun, and we'll be back with you here on Wednesday. So until then, have a great day, enjoy the holiday, and we'll talk again soon.